Okay, Connor, I can see you in the chat saying that's it now. Sorry, there's like a massive delay, like between. Yeah, Stephen, that's better. All right, cool. Sorry, guys. Apologies. I'm gonna have to keep one live stream set up and just have it working. There's a couple of different volumes in here, and it's just like nightmare. Every time I try to do a live stream, disaster. Okay, yeah, so, formerly the Watchlist, this is episode 14, so I've changed the name to My Watchlist. It's just that it's a better searched kind of YouTube term, I guess, or so the algorithm is telling me. So, yeah, so it's like formerly the Watchlist, My Watchlist now. This is this stuff I watched in February. I have a stack of stuff over here to talk to you guys about. I'm going to just ramble on. You guys know me at this stage. I'll just keep talking, throw in any questions that you have there. I have the chat open here beside me, so I'll be able to kind of see. First one that I watched in February. Some of these, again, I'll post on social media, so you can see links on down on the bottom of the screen here and here. Twitter and Instagram. I usually kind of post some pictures of what I'm, watching. Cliffhanger 4K was one of the first ones I watched in February. I got this way back in December with the slip. There is a Blu-ray in this as well. Studio Canal release. I believe this was Carolco, that production company that made Cliffhanger. There's a great documentary about them on the Total Recall 4K. I do recommend checking that one out. Yeah, like Stallone Cliffhanger, really cool. As far as I can recall, the 4K looked really nice on this sound mix. What was there? DTS 5.1 sound mix, really nice. Cliffhanger is super cool. I remember being in school actually, and we were going to be allowed to watch a film, and I was just like, hey, I taped, putting the hand up, I taped Cliffhanger off Sky Movies last night at home, so I was able to, I live close to the school I went to, so I was able to go home, grab Cliffhanger, and come back, and then when you put the film on, and the like Sky Movies still has it now, I think. You put the film on, and I had the Sky's own kind of rating. Like, Sky has rated this film's like 15s, and then the teacher was like, nope, hit stop, took the VHS out, wouldn't let us watch Cliffhanger. But yeah, Cliffhanger is super cool. Sly, and what year was this? Like 93. Sly is really good in there. I love John Lithgow as the villain in this. I think I said it on something before. I always think of John Lithgow as the Third Rock from the Sun, Harry and the Hendersons, kind of John Lithgow, but he's a really good bad guy in this. He was actually in Blowout. I think I talked about that in the last kind of Watchlist live stream. Yeah, Cliffhanger 4K Sly looks really good. I'm keeping an eye on the chat here. Super Bin Juice, greetings from Bonnie, Scotland. Thanks for checking out the stream. Really appreciate it. We can jump over to the live chat here. We'll be able to see all you guys in there. All this stuff seems to be still working anyway. I have to nail down my live stream setup, but yeah, just jump in, guys. Any questions, jump in. I know there's a bit of a delay in what I'm saying, and then like it actually going live. That's the one thing I don't like about doing live streams this way. It does take, there's like I'm kind of looking here, there's like a 10-second delay, or maybe a little bit more or so. But yeah, just jump in. Any questions you guys have. Next one is a Criterion. This is Spine number 1055. This one came recommended by Chris Moen. He has a channel. I do recommend checking out his channel. Chris is a member of my Patreon family as well. Claudia Weil, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Girlfriends is this movie, Criterion Blu-ray here. Really, really awesome. This is a 1978 movie, 88 minutes color, mono, 1:6:1 aspect ratio. It's basically this lady on the front here is Susan Melanie Mayron. She's kind of like a Jewish photographer, and she lives with her friend who is what's she like? She's like a writer, and she randomly gets married then. So it's kind of like the relationship between the two girlfriends, as in the name of the movie. But yeah, set in 70s New York, really, really interesting. There is Criterion, new 4K restoration, all that sort of good stuff. There's a really nice booklet in there, as we are used to, all the kind of pictures and the writings and stuff like that. There's a really interesting interview with the director. Yeah, it's a brand new interview. I believe she talks about talking to Stanley Kubrick and stuff like that when she was making a movie, or just before she was making a movie. Really, really cool. Yeah, if you kind of, good look at 70s New York, girlfriends, really interesting. That was like a blind pickup for me. Never seen that one before. I'm going to jump back over to the chat, see you guys. Connor, Sicario 4K set is 20 quid on Amazon, includes 1 and 2. I've never seen either of the Sicarios, Connor. 20 quid is a good deal. I'm about to order a haul of stuff tomorrow, so I need to kind of hold up on a bit of cash, because obviously I got the new 4K camera and stuff. If you guys are obviously familiar with the channel, I got the I'm looking at audio levels here. I want to go up a little bit louder. Yeah, there we go. So I switched to the new 4K camera. 4K videos are going on YouTube now. This is not the case here for the live stream. This is hopefully should be going out on 1080. So I bought a very expensive 4K camera, and then I had to upgrade. I broke some of my video lights, so I had to pick up a new video light as well, and it was just it's been a whole kind of gear upgrade lately. But Sicario 1 and 2 4K 20 quid. That's a pretty decent deal for 2 4Ks. Leah, I love your movie roles in the background. I want to buy a 35mm projector too. Yeah, it's not easy to get a 35mm projector here either, Leah. Very expensive, and they're massive, so it's quite hard to have the room for them. Yeah, so I have the film bench there behind me. They're all trailers, the coloured kind of band stuff, and I have some. I'm trying to figure out my sides. There's some film cans and stuff down there. Stephen, never seen Sicario either. Worth to watch. Yeah, I've no idea. Connor, you'll jump in there and let us know in the chat there. Sicario, I've heard of them, and I've just never kind of watched them. Next one that I watched, talking about watch stuff, 2008, remember running this as a projectionist on 35mm. Who directed this? Matt Reeves. Cloverfield. I picked this up in you guys, Connor and that from Ireland will know Deals, like the kind of pound shop kind of thing over here. I got this for like €3. They kind of take second-hand DVDs, Blu-rays, they kind of clean them up and then they re-wrap them, reseal them. So Cloverfield, as I said, I remember running this on 35mm as a projectionist, and I'd seen it once, and then kind of, I was like £3. I'll grab it for £3. I'm not going to pass it up. And what I think about Cloverfield is it starts off really cool, and then where it kind of loses me for a while is it annoys me, the kind of handheld, found footage style. It's frustrating after a little while. It's kind of like, I think, kind of up to kind of where they get to, like the party kind of thing. It's getting really annoying. And then, the kind of backstory, the story of the characters and stuff kind of draws me back in after a while with Cloverfield. But I know there's a bunch more of other Cloverfield movies. I've just never seen them. But first Cloverfield was the next one up there. I am seeing some more stuff in the chat. What's going on here, guys? Connor. I still want to watch Sicario. I haven't watched them himself. Oh, so nobody in the chat knows if Sicario is any good. Connor heard it's great. Alright, cool. Barry, Cloverfield gives me major motion sickness. Yes, that's exactly it just that handheld stuff. It's so frustrating after a little while, and it just becomes really annoying. John Doe, hello and good morning from South Australia. Thanks, John. Thanks for checking out the live stream. Really appreciate it. It's way ahead of time for you guys, isn't it? You're like ahead of us, way ahead of us. Sicario is well worth a watch. All right, cool. John says Sicario is worth a watch, and he's picked up Cloverfield on 4K. Haven't watched it. Yeah, what I would be interested in Cloverfield is 2008. I wonder, was that shot digitally or on film? I would be interested. IMDb is obviously our friend there, I guess. Like if it was, I don't know, I kind of like, was that handheld stuff, was that like shot kind of, like 28 days later, was all like DV cam and like HD cam and stuff like that? That's where 4Ks could get bad, those things. Brian, hey Brian, thanks for checking out the live stream. Cloverfield was amazing, and I love the shaky cam. Yeah, it's like it draws me back in after a while of getting frustrated with it. The kind of story of the guy trying to get to the girl and whatever happened there. Vincent is here. Thanks for checking out the stream. Have you ever experienced a defective physical media? Yes. I was only talking about this to somebody a while back. Terminator, the first one. I have. I need to upgrade the Blu-ray. I don't have it on Blu-ray. There's a really old. I can't get it because it's in the other room with the. This is why it's frustrating that I need to figure out a better live stream setup for in there so I can grab the DVDs and the Blu-rays and talk to you guys, or have them while I'm talking to you. But I have an old 2-disc special edition of Terminator, and the disc 1 was the movie, disc 2 was the special features. Disc 1 just kind of, it has this like there's some defective thing in it where the disc has just become all, it looks like a cloudy, kind of foggy, like you would breathe on a disc to clean it. It's just fogged over and the movie won't play anymore. So I bought it again on DVD, like some sort of definitive edition, and that one works. But yes, I've definitely experienced defective physical media before. It's very frustrating, but luckily enough, only that one thing. Other defective physical media stuff, like just talking about Cloverfield and getting it in deals like secondhand cheap. I've bought a bunch of deal stuff, a whole batch that nearly turned out to be really bad, like they were all scratched and wouldn't play. That's frustrating as well, but you're only paying €2-3 for them, so you can't kind of complain too much. Brian, Cloverfield looks great in 4K. Alright, cool. Yeah, that's definitely, I'd be interested in checking it out, but not now because I've just watched it. I might have to pick that one up. Vincent, have you watched Monster Hunter? No, I have not seen that one. I've seen some stuff online about it, but I haven't watched it. Brian is saying 10 Cloverfield Lane and Cloverfield Paradox are both worth a watch too. Yeah, 10 Cloverfield Lane interests me. Is that is John Goodman in that one, where it's kind of like the DVD cover is the house, and then like they kind of something kind of going to underground? Is that 10 Cloverfield Lane? That's what I'm kind of thinking it is. John, I've watched the sequels. Cloverfield Lane was good. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that one out. Next 3 actually here. These are, I will have a bunch of these kind of together. You guys know I picked up the Friday the 13th the deluxe edition box set a while back, so I've been making my way through those. So I have watched Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning. 5, A New Beginning was the one where it's not really Jason, right? It's spoiler, it's the guy's father or something. And but what's interesting about Friday 5 is the guy who plays real Jason, I guess like real Jason in the sorry, I have a sticky strap here that's driving me mad. Jason with the blue hockey mask is the fake Jason, and Jason with the red hockey mask in this one is Tom Morga, who played Michael Myers in some of Halloween 4. You guys know I'm a big fan of Halloween, so one of the only actors to play Jason and Michael, so that's really cool. Friday Part 5 was cool. Friday Part 6, Jason Lives. Next one up, I'm looking at the back because these all kind of just blur one into the other for me. Very frustrating. Yeah, the back of this has the kind of the explosion in the lake and tying up Jason with the chains. That's really cool. I like that kind of end to Friday Part 6. And then we get into Friday Part 7, The New Blood. Like, I'm a big fan of Kane Hodder as Jason. Really, really cool. And Kane Hodder starts in Part 7 here, New Blood. Kane Hodder was just fantastic as Jason, and it's disappointing. We'll talk about some more here in the live stream here, because I watched a bunch more of these. But yeah, it's disappointing he didn't get to kind of continue that role. But yeah, really, really cool. And this one is directed by the late John Carl Buechler. Obviously special effects master as well of the horror stuff. So Friday Part 7 was the next one up. Let me jump back over to the chat here for a second, see what you guys are asking me. Brian is saying, yes, John Goodman. Yeah, 10 Cloverfield Lane. Yeah, I've definitely seen bits of it, or, trailers and stuff, but I haven't seen it. Barry is saying Cloverfield Lane was really good as well. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that one out. Vincent, I wonder what causes Blu-rays to scratch. Yeah, I don't know. I guess, like, secondhand ones especially, like, people are just, throw discs around and stuff. That's, they don't care really, some people. Um, John is saying, yeah, it's mother in the first one. Yeah. That I love that twist in the first Friday the 13th that it's, when Jason's not really even in the first movie. He comes in, in part 2. Vincent, are you going to pick up Wonder Woman 1984 4K? I would like to, Vincent. I'm kind of I guess you guys, if you're regular viewers of the channel and stuff, you'll probably know I'm a big Batman fan, so I'm really looking forward to the Snyder cut of Justice League that's coming like next week, Thursday week, I believe, the 18th. Yeah, Thursday. I'm looking up at my calendar. So I'm really looking forward to the Snyder cut of Justice League, which will be coming to 4K. I done a video here on the channel a while back. You'll find it, coming soon to 4K kind of thing. Batman v Superman is getting a 4K remaster with the IMAX scenes and stuff, I believe. Put back in or properly in or whatever kind of way they didn't do Batman v Superman. It's getting a proper 4K, which interests me because I only have Batman v Superman on Blu-ray. It's in a kind of a media book version. Wonder Woman 84. I haven't seen any of the Wonder Womans, and I want to, like, I got all the Marvel movies, all the Marvel box sets, the cinematic, all those Marvel things, and I'm making my way through them. But I would probably consider myself more of a DC fan than the Marvel stuff. I prefer the DC stuff. And I thought Zack Snyder was doing a fantastic job of those movies. Personally, myself. John, pardon the typos, I haven't had my coffee yet. Yeah, no worries, John, that's grand. Wife's rant, Wonder Woman 1984, but wait till it's on sale though. Yeah, oh yeah, your wife wants Wonder Woman 4. Wait till it's on sale though. Yeah, you'll probably get a better deal of it. And plus, like, what I would say, John, about the 4K stuff is sometimes I will look at especially with the 4K stuff. I think I spoke about it before on the channel. What I did with Birds of Prey was the Blu-ray was significantly cheaper than the 4K, at least over here. And when you look at the technical specs of the movie, it wasn't shot in 4K, it was shot in like 2K. So it's kind of like our 3.8K. Some of it was shot in 2K. So some of that 4K disc is going to be a 2K blow up to 4K. And, I think with the newer movies, Blu-ray can still look really, really well or really, really good. So I wouldn't, sometimes if the price is wrong, I'm not going to buy the 4K disc. I'm just going to buy the Blu-ray. That's kind of how it is. Especially now with the Brexit thing as well. Because if I order stuff, I buy a lot of stuff Amazon from the States, but if I buy from Amazon UK now, I'm paying import as well. I'm paying for the price of the Blu-ray shipping and import. So like Zavi I can order from without any of that import stuff, because they kind of they have some sort of base or some sort of warehouse in Europe. So that's pretty cool. DVDs, I have a couple of DVDs up in this watch list, guys. I just recently put up a review of this. Umbrella Entertainment, based in Australia, sent this to me to review. Steven Spielberg's Amazing Stories Complete Series 1 and 2 8-disc set. This is awesome. When you open this up, we have all the discs are kind of housed this way. I like that they're, as I try to figure out my thing, Season 1 or Series 1 is red and Series 2 is done in the blue here. Really, really cool. So this ran 85 to 87, 2 series. Amazing stories. It tells you everything you need to know there. But there's some really, really cool actors and directors involved in each episode. They're about 20 minutes each. There's a couple of episodes are 45 minutes kind of feature length. But even on the back here, it's like Kiefer Sutherland, Charlie Sheen, Tim Robbins, John Lithgow, Danny DeVito, Christopher Lloyd, Patrick Swayze, Hayley Mills, David Carradine, Kevin Costner. And that's just the actors, directors. Like Spielberg directs, Joe Dante directs, Scorsese directs. There's so many really, really cool episodes. So that was something that I was watching throughout February. I watched every single episode, 1,131 minutes. I watched all of this for that review video. So if you want to know more about Amazing Stories, I have that whole kind of review video about that one. Next one up on the watch list was Friday Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Terrible movie, but really cool. I like the boat stuff was terrible, but I love the imagery of Jason in Times Square, and when you look at the bonus stuff, Kane Hodder talks about that being really, really cool to do kind of in the full kind of Jason makeup. So Friday Part 8 was the next one. Jump back to the chat here. Brian, I was disappointed with Wonder Woman 84. but you picked up the 4K steelbook. I don't know, I haven't seen the movie, so I can't even kind of give my opinion on that. Vincent, are you going to double dip on Batman v Superman 4K? Yes, 100%. I will definitely get that on the 4K. I might actually, hopefully I think, isn't Batman v Superman 4K coming out next week? Around Justice League going on HBO Max. That would be I think that's the original date they gave, and then Justice League Snyder Cut will be coming later on in the year. John, I managed to pick up Batman v Superman at 4K for $2 from EB Games. Alright, cool. That's a really, really good deal. What's EB Games? Or eBay, is it, John? Barry, what 4K titles would you most like to see released? For me, it's Raiders of the Lost Ark coming this year, Carpenter's The Thing, and original Robocop. Pulp Fiction is a must. Yeah, so it looks like in that video I done that comes into 4K, it looks like Tarantino is starting to go back through his stuff, and Glorious Bastards is supposed to be coming to 4K. So like I know actually what I'm really looking forward to on 4K, it's only been recently announced in the last week or so, is like Aliens, Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection. Maybe not so much Resurrection, but Aliens definitely, unless Cameron goes in and screws up that, remaster transfer like they did with that Terminator 2, that, that terrible 4K. Hopefully they don't mess with it too much, they just kind of leave it alone. Alien 3, I love Alien 3, I'm a big fan of that, and Fincher's, so it'd be interesting to see Alien 3 on 4K. Definitely think. Vincent, the boy, physical media from eBay. I used to a lot, and now with the Brexit thing, it's just like there's added customs that you don't really find out about till the stuff arrives. So I more use eBay, Vincent, for stuff I can't find, like I can't get brand new, that I'd have to kind of second hand buy stuff on. John Doe, my Oppo 203 4K player upscales Blu-ray really well, so unless there's a huge difference between the Blu-ray and 4K, just go Blu-ray. Yeah, John, definitely. I believe the Oppos are really good players. I have a Sony 4K player, and I have a Pioneer multi-region or region-free Blu-ray player. That's what I'm working with here. John, I'm looking forward to Raiders in 4K. Yeah, Indie, they'll look good. I think they're coming later on in the year, early summer or something like that. Like, they would be good. Other stuff, I think, again, I spoke about it in that coming soon to 4K video. Almost Famous is a movie I really like. I think that's going to look good in 4K. Other stuff I would like to see. I made a video a long time ago on the channel, like 5 movies I'd like to see on 4K, and a couple of them actually have been released on 4K now. I'd really like to see Creature from the Black Lagoon, some of those like Universal Monster movies, but I think a lot of those have, they've just done HD remasters. I don't know if they would go back and do 4K kind of scans and stuff like that. Brian is saying Zavi's Ship, some of the stuff from Guernsey. Alright, cool. Live in Jersey, and they charge us £7 delivery. Steep. John is saying EB Games is a shop here in Australia. Alright, cool, John. Yeah, never heard of that one. I think it's GameStop. Oh yeah, we have GameStop over here in Ireland. They do sell Blu-rays and stuff like that. The second hand stuff, I believe. I haven't. It's just like everything is still kind of closed down over here, so it's hard to kind of go into the shop and kind of root around for stuff like that. Vincent, do you buy steelbooks? Yes, I do, Vincent, but I'm not like a huge collector of steelbooks. I grab, like, if a steelbook looks cool, I'll grab it. Like I have, I might kind of, I've been thinking about doing a steelbook kind of, my steelbook collection video for the channel here. Let me know if that's something you guys be interested in seeing. I don't have many of them. I wouldn't even know how many to say, like maybe 20 or something, if even that, because I have some 4K of Blu-ray and I have some DVD steelbooks as well. So it'd be cool to go back through them. The next 4 up actually were, I uploaded a video yesterday to the channel, the best to worst Scream movies. So I upgraded my Scream to I got this Scream 3 movie collection. Scream 1, 2 and 3 and the 2 documentaries, Still Screaming and Scream Inside Story. Inside the discs are not really much to talk about. They're just the Blu-ray discs. But I loved Scream when they came out originally, and I grabbed Scream 4 on its own, Blu-ray, DVD, digital here. I know there is a Scream 1 to 4 box set, but it seems to be really hard to find, so I was happy enough to grab the 1, 2 and 3 collection there, and then 4 on its own. So yeah, I watched these in February for that best to worst Scream video yesterday. that uploaded yesterday. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. I'm kind of planning on doing some more of those best to worst ranking movie kind of franchise videos. I'm in the middle of watching some stuff now. That will be either going up kind of later on in the month or stuff like that. I will be getting back into some more 4K reviews. Like there's a bunch of 4Ks I want to talk about on the channel, so there will be the next one. Next one up here, another DVD. Actually, this had its own separate video on the channel as well. Umbrella Entertainment, again, Australia. This was a 2007 movie. Remember running it on 35mm. We Own the Night. I'd never seen this. I missed it. I ran it, and I was kind of between two cinemas. I think I said that in the video, and I do remember running it in both, and I never got to see it. And like, what a movie! I really, really enjoyed this one. James Gray directs. Joaquin Phoenix, Mark Wahlberg, Eva Mendes, Robert Duvall. Yeah, super cool movie. Really, really enjoyed it. There is Blu-rays of it out there, but Umbrella, I think in Australia, John, you'll know they Umbrella recently like released this on DVD. So I just get a list of stuff that's coming out and what I want to review. So that was one of them. I'll jump back into the chat because I see a bunch of stuff going on. Vincent, 2021 4K's release is very slow. Yes, but there is, if you look, Vincent, at that video that I was coming soon, there is a lot of stuff on the way. I think like what was probably happening is studios are still kind of scrambling, going like, what can we release, and what's in the back catalogue, what's ready to go, what do we need to restore to get out, kind of. I think there's probably a lot of that going on. Brian is saying, just bought Terminal Velocity Blu-ray on eBay for £6. Guilty pleasure. Terminal Velocity, man, I haven't seen that movie in a very long time. Yeah, £6's a good deal. I got I think if you guys would have saw the November, December, you hear me, the January, February, and they kind of combined end of month pickups. I got like the 5th Transformers movie for like $5.99 off Amazon. I was just missing that one Transformers movie. Needed to grab that one. Vincent, do you buy the plastic protective sleeves for your steelbook? No, Vincent, and I've been meaning to look into them for the longest time. I'm always afraid of like scratching them on the shelf. But I arranged them. I grab my I keep all my steelbooks together, and then like they're not kind of mixed in with other ones. So I don't know whether that's good or bad for the steelbooks to have them kind of all together like that. Maybe it's not a good idea. John, it's slowed down, but I'm saving some money. Yeah, definitely it's a good time to, when there's not a lot coming out, just grab a few quid together, because I thought I saw somebody earlier. It was probably Lauren's Collection, if you guys are familiar with her YouTube channel. I think she posted on Instagram saying there's an Indicator sale on this Thursday. Indicator do some fantastic stuff, but I'm not going to jump in on a sale at the moment. I'm going to order some stuff tomorrow off Amazon, so that's going to be my next buy, but I don't want to reveal what it is because I'll be doing a video here for the channel. Barry, the new US Steelbook version of Dread has excellent artwork. Oh, right, cool. Is that the Carl Urban Dread, Barry? And is that 4K? Somebody recently asked me about that. Was that going to go to 4K? I saw the movie when it came out, and I haven't seen it since. So I'd like to watch that. Yeah, actually, Barry has said it, and then John is after saying, I picked up Dread in 4K, had to import from the US. Cool. So it's definitely out in the US, John. I'll have to look into that. Atmos track on Dread is awesome, Barry said as well. John, I still want True Lies on 4K or Blu-ray. Yeah, I was saying about Cameron earlier. I don't know. He's just one of those guys that he gets the final say. Like him and Tarantino, probably Nolan. There's a small group of guys who their stuff does not get released without them saying so. And I think that's why we haven't seen a lot of Cameron stuff. Like, but that Aliens announcement was quite interesting. So we'll see. And obviously they'll go on to the Disney Plus. What's the app on the Disney Plus streaming that like has the Fox catalog is going on to? Is it Star Plus or something? Is that what that's called? I don't have it. But I wouldn't. 4K streaming, I don't know. I'd rather the disc. Personally. I'll jump back into this. Actually, before we jump back to that, because we're kind of like flying through the stuff, we're halfway through. Patreon. It's on screen there, guys. Shameless plug here. Kind of, we're about halfway through the live stream. The Patreon account is really growing lately. I'm really happy with it. There's a bunch of Patreon faithful members in there. I've tried to price it kind of like really fairly. There's like 3 different tiers. There's like €1 a month, €3 a month, and €5 a month. So basically, for €1 a month, you get you guys know if you watch the channel, you get your name on the start of the videos as a thank you. You get access to posts, but not videos. €3 and, or 1, 3 and 7, sorry, not 1, 3 and 5. I keep saying that. 1, 3 and 7. The €3 tier gets you access to the videos. Like what I'm doing on Patreon at the moment is, what I've been doing since I started it is, I have, like, I think overall my collection totally, you know, like 4K Blu-ray, DVD, Laserdisc, VHS, film here that's behind me. I think I've almost like 3,000 pieces in the collection total, and then there's the collectible stuff that you guys don't see. It's like, it's all up on shelves here, like figures and stuff. So what I do on Patreon is usually every Tuesday, I post one Patreon exclusive video a week is what I try to do on there. And I have been doing like my complete like collection. So I take like 10 movies off the shelf and I talk about each of them, you know, watching them, remember buying them. And it's really, really awesome because I'm finding there's stuff up on those shelves, guys, that I still have not watched yet at all. Like DVDs that were bought like in the early 2000s that have not been watched yet. So yeah, patreon.com/themovievault. If you want to check that out. The t-shirt store as well is another shameless plug here. I have a TeeSpring t-shirt store. I designed those things myself. You'll see them on screen there. There's the usual, the Carpenter stuff is in there, you know, like somebody was talking about The Thing, or The Thing would be awesome on 4K as well. Sorry, I missed that comment. There's my In Kurt We Trust. Love Kurt Russell. Should have a Kurt Russell video coming soon to the channel as well in the next couple of weeks. Plan that out at the moment. Directed by Carpenter. There's some cool projection related t-shirts in there, you guys know as well, because I work as a projectionist, presented in 7 email, all that sort of stuff. The t-shirt store is there. Let me jump back into the chat because I don't know. I want to check that I didn't miss anything here. True Lies, Vincent, Dread 4K Steelbook is 20 quid at Best Buy. Man, I wish like Best Buy would like ship to Ireland. There is some really cool Best Buy stuff. I think Vincent, I had to buy wasn't the Best Buy the Stranger Things, the VHS style. It was the 4K and the Blu-ray release of Stranger Things season 1 and 2 in the VHS style boxes. I believe they were Best Buy exclusives, weren't they? I had to grab those through Amazon. Speaking of Stranger Things, it randomly popped up on Amazon earlier. I was like price checking some stuff, US Amazon, and it came up that Stranger Things season 3 is available on like DVD, but it wasn't coming up like Blu-ray or 4K, and I'm wondering what the story is with that. That's quite interesting. I'm dying for that season 3 on 4K, like, because I have season 1 and 2 on 4K. So yeah, definitely, I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, I believe those Stranger Things VHS style cases were Best Buy exclusives. John is saying, speaking of Tarantino, isn't there another one of his movies coming on 4K this year? The other one, John, I spoke about in that the coming soon to 4K was From Dusk Till Dawn is coming out on 4K. He's in that with Tarantino. Tarantino's in that with Rodriguez. He's in that one. Definitely, that's another one coming. Yeah, I would imagine, if I was like, I don't know who owns the Tarantino back catalogue. Is Sony a couple of his movies? I don't know, like, who owns Miramax now is probably the question needs to be asked there. I'm not too sure. Whoever like owns that Miramax back catalogue is probably owns a bunch of Tarantino stuff. But yeah, we have a couple more to go through here. I'm just looking at the time. I usually go about an hour, guys. I don't want to go longer. But next one up in the Friday the 13th, the box set. Oh, terrible movie. Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. Absolute disaster of a movie. Really, really bad. There is two. There's an unrated version and a theatrical version. And I watched the unrated version, and it's just so bad. Adam Marcus directed it, and I don't know what this guy was thinking. Absolutely terrible movie. There's a director's intro clip on this as well, and he's such a dick. He just comes on and is like, "Thanks for buying another copy of Jason Goes to Hell." Oh, absolutely terrible movie. I cannot say anything good about that, other than Kane Hodder being in it. That was the best thing. Next one. This one actually kind of, it may have slipped through. Another Umbrella Entertainment release Blu-ray. It's in the video with the Amazing Stories kind of review, but I didn't really talk about it much in there. It's Cronenberg, 2007. Eastern Promises. It's come to DVD in Australia from Umbrella Entertainment, and I remember running this as a projectionist 35mm. Didn't get to watch it. It has the reversible art because the Australian ratings in there. I like the disc artwork. I forgot to say a lot about it in that video with Amazing Stories. 185 to 1 aspect, 5.1 DTS HD master audio track on that, region B. I would say I'm a fan of Naomi Watts. I like her work. Viggo Mortensen, he's kind of like he's so for me. Sometimes I like him, sometimes I don't. Cronenberg, I'm a fan of Cronenberg, but this one just didn't feel very Cronenbergy, if that makes sense. I wouldn't say I was a huge fan of it, and I didn't really have much to say in that video, so I kind of forgot. But this is kind of new to Blu-ray in Australia from Umbrella. Let me jump back into the chat here. I don't want to miss anything else. Garrett, hey Garrett, thanks for checking out the live stream. Rob, what's your favorite film? Garrett, I would say, I would always say The Crow, Brandon Lee The Crow. Bear with me 1 second. As I drop down here, I have one of my most prized possessions, Garrett, is brand new. Let me see if I can adjust my focus here. This is a brand new 35mm trailer for The Crow. I have it in this kind of case here. This never ran in a projector, and I paid a small fortune for this on eBay. It's one of my most prized possessions in the collection. I have it down here. I have a kind of a Crow shelf going on. The Crow is one I kind of always say, but then there's some other stuff, like you can kind of see there's Batman 89 framed poster behind me. I love Batman. That was one of the first films I remember going to see as a kid, in the Adelphi cinema here in Dublin. What else? Like Ghostbusters. I love Ghostbusters, Grosse Point Blank. I love like some random stuff, anything Batman, anything like that. They would be kind of some of my favorites. I'm kind of the chat is kind of getting ahead of me, guys. Sorry, I'm going back through the other one. Oh no, I'm not. Actually, Barry, I picked up Stranger Things 4K VHS. Was disappointed it didn't have HDR. Oh, did it not have HDR, Barry? I'm not too sure. With mine, yeah, maybe it didn't have HDR. They were probably just I shot 4K now, I think, or the Stranger Things. I think were they shot in 6K? I could be mistaken. I'd have to IMDb that. Yeah, I actually wasn't aware there was no HDR. I got them very early, switching to 4K. So I wasn't like fully aware of HDR and the kind of effect that has on the 4K stuff. John, I think it might be Inglourious Bastards. Yeah, Inglourious Bastards is going to 4K. I was mentioning that earlier on. Northern Lights, just home from work. What did I miss? Hey, Northern Lights, thanks for taking the stream. You missed all this stuff in the watch list, or well, formerly the watch list. Now my watch list is the better kind of analytics sort of stuff here, according to YouTube. Brian is telling me a lot of Miramax back catalogue have been released through Paramount in the UK. Bought from Dust and The Faculty last month. Yeah, The Faculty is an awesome movie. I picked it up a while ago, actually. Paramount, interesting. Vincent, surprised Amazing Stories never had a Blu-ray. Yeah, I mean, there's no restoration or anything on the DVD release. Like some of the episodes they don't look great, but yeah, it's really cool to have them even on I've no problem still picking up DVD. I don't actively buy DVD. If I can get the Blu-ray, I will. If it's only on DVD, I'm still happy enough to add it to my collection. I would probably say at least 60 to 70% of my collection is still DVD, just because I started with VHS and kind of went into DVD. That's kind of where my collection is. John, what's the deal with the TV series when they released Fargo season 1 and 2 on Blue and season 3 on DVD? Yeah, John, that's kind of similar to what I'm talking about with Stranger Things. I don't know if it's a cost thing, they just don't want to do it. I'm sure Netflix is not short of money. Didn't everybody and their mother sign up to Netflix when the pandemic started? So Netflix have a bunch of money. Chris is in there. Hi Rob, sorry I'm late, fell asleep on the sofa. No worries, Chris. I was mentioning you earlier on, we were talking about Girlfriends, that was one of your recommendations. Yeah, check out Chris's channel if you guys haven't. 1981 AMM. Demons 4K seems to be out of print everywhere. Do you think it's still worth picking up the Blu-ray? I'm not too sure. Do you know what? Demons I was supposed to get a review copy of that, and I don't know whether it's still on the way or it didn't turn up. I'm not too sure what happened with that. I've never seen the movies. I was looking forward to checking them out, and the review copies just never turned up, so I don't really know what happened there. I've heard the 4K looks nice, looks good from some people, some channels that I watch. I don't know. I really don't know what the story is. It definitely, people seem to be, it's our print for sure, and it's hard to get. Vincent is saying, what's your favorite TV show on physical media? Vincent, I would say I have the old Friends, the old DVD, the bigger DVD box sets of Friends where they made the New York skyline. They were something that I was like bought and was really kind of super into at the time, and I love Friends. And I haven't gotten rid of them, to get that smaller set. Like, I still have them inside. Like new TV shows in my mind, I'm trying to work it out here. The most recent TV show I've bought, that's the best way of saying it, is Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I love that show. I know it's not for everybody and it's not very PC and stuff, but I got actually talking about buying stuff off eBay earlier. I got a deal off eBay where it was like seasons 1 to 12, and then I think I grabbed season 13 separately. They're all DVD, and I've no problem with that. Like, I know similar to what we were saying there about Fargo, like there is some seasons of Always Sunny on Blu-ray that aren't, some of them are early ones are DVD and then Blu-ray kicks in. But I just kind of thought, like, you know what, let's just keep it all DVD, and they can all, because I kind of separate the DVDs from the Blu-rays in my collection, the shelves and stuff. So that would be the kind of latest TV shows that I've picked up. And there's a bunch, like Married with Children. I love that. Like, I remember that being on when I was a kid. Family Guy. I need to grab the last couple of seasons of Family Guy. Again, all on DVD. I never went Blu-ray with those. I don't even know if they're on Blu-ray. Walking Dead. I love Walking Dead. I have seasons 1 to 6 or 7 on DVD of The Walking Dead. That my friend Colin got for me. Stephen, my HMV Demons 4K got cancelled twice. Once from Amazon and today from HMV. Our print for sure. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Arrow, like, I would say there'll probably be a standard edition of Demons for sure in a couple of months' time. I saw something today from Second Sight that, like, Flight of the Navigator and those, the kind of box set ones earlier, they're getting their standard edition release coming soon. Nicholas Carrillo, you're such an underrated channel. Thanks, Nicholas. Really appreciate it. I'm trying to get bigger, trying to get bigger as we go. I'm just checking out the time. We've about 10 or so minutes left. I have 4 more movies to talk about. Jason X, another one in the Friday box set. What can I say about Jason X? Terrible. But the Uber Jason thing is kind of cool. Kane Hodder is in there as well. Really awesome. This one, again, just talking about DVD there earlier, guys. This is a DVD. I posted a photo on this on Instagram earlier. I had never heard of this movie. My friend Colin gave this to me, and he's like, check this out. It's really funny, great movie. I never heard of it. I can't find a year on it. I don't know what year it was released. It's a movie called Big Trouble. Have any of you guys in the chat ever heard of this Big Trouble? It's really awesome. Barry Sonnenfeld directs Men in Black, Get Shorty, Addams Family, Barry Sonnenfeld. There is an awesome cast in this. It's like, who is in this? Let me read off. Like Tim Allen, Omar Epps, Dennis Farina, young Ben Foster is in there, Janine Garofalo, Jason Lee, Rene Russo, Tom Sizemore, Stanley Tucci, Sofia Vergara, Zoe Deschanel's in there as well. It's a really funny. Never saw it, never heard of it. Watched it. He gave it to me. He's like, here, have it for your collection. Plain old inside. And it's such a funny movie. Never heard of it. Don't know if it's on Blu-ray. But definitely, if you come across it, it's definitely worth a watch. I really enjoyed it. How can I like say it without ruining it? The back is kind of like chaos reigns when a mysterious suitcase that threatens the security of Miami changes the lives of a divorced dad, an unhappy housewife, 2 hitmen, a pair of street thugs, 2 love-struck teens, 2 FBI men, and a psychedelic toad. Yeah, that's kind of a fairly cool description of Big Trouble. Really awesome. Next one up, I think I actually picked this up. I haven't shown this yet on the channel because it's like one of March's pickups, but I grabbed the Predator, the kind of recent, what year was it, 2018? Yeah, 2018, the Predator. Actually, funny enough, like, I got sent this like Italian cover version, but it's like I bought it from US Amazon, but it's region ABC. And anyways, it was the one Predator movie I was missing out of them all. And Shane Black directs and he writes with Fred Decker. Olivia Munn's in this. Me and Chris were talking about this like last week or the week before. I love Olivia Munn, and she's in it. It's just, you know, okay, I give it to them for trying something different, but I don't know. It just, yeah, it's not a great one. Then I'll just finish up here before I jump back into the chat. The last one I watched was 2003's Friday the 13th box set, Freddy vs. Jason. What an absolutely terrible movie. And I've completely changed my mind on this, guys. Like, I originally, when this came out, I was working as a projectionist. Like, this is my first year as a projectionist when this came out. You know, big fan of both franchises, and I thought, like, man, this is awesome. What annoys me about this movie now is, first of all, Kane Hodder didn't get to play Jason. It's that Ken Kirzinger, is that his name? Terrible. The cast is not that great, and I think the more I watch this now, the worse it gets. It's just like, oh, at the time I thought it was great, and now not so much. I'm going to jump back into the chat here, guys. We've 7-8 minutes left. So yeah, any other questions, just throw them in there and I'll try and answer everything, because that's everything that I've watched for February. February's my watch list live stream here. I'm thinking of keeping these going as a monthly live stream, just so as I can kind of live stream with you guys. It's cool to kind of get into the chat and stuff like that, and answer a bunch of questions, of course. The other thing I was going to say, I don't like my headphone cables falling here. I think the channel earlier on, I don't like talk about the like subscriber numbers and stuff, like, because it usually changes, and it happened earlier. Like, you know, I hit 2.5k earlier on the channel, and then I checked it before it came on. It went back to 2499. There's kind of always one, you know, kind of jumping back and forth. But yeah, we've hit 2.5k. I think I was thinking about doing like a live stream, like an Ask Me Anything Q&A kind of only live stream, rather than having a watch list to kind of talk about. So maybe we'll do that when we hit 3k on the channel. Let me see. The chat has kind of got away from me here on screen. I'm looking back at the full chat over here. What was the last one I was talking about there? About TV show, yeah, Demons cancelled on the right channel. Oh yeah, sorry, we're okay here. Yeah. See, the scalpers have them listed on eBay. Probably that's Demons. Yeah, I've no time for that stuff at all. That really annoys me. The prices that they kind of charge, really frustrating. John Boy, many movies from garage sales. I picked up all 5 seasons of Saga Atlantis on Blu-ray for 15 from one sale. Very happy with that. No, I mean, we don't really have a lot of that over here. I mean, there's like, what's the Facebook thing called, where people sell stuff on Facebook? Like, I think if I'm buying secondhand stuff, it'll either be like eBay or like Deals, that shop I spoke about here earlier. Like, it's, I guess it's like Dollar Tree in the States, or like Poundland in England. They sell everything, and they just sell like secondhand refurbished Blu-rays and DVDs. The one that's nearest to my house, unfortunately, doesn't kind of restock their stuff that often, which is kind of frustrating. But I think the last thing I grabbed over there was the Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the kind of most recent ones, the ones with Megan Fox in it. I grabbed that for like £2. Yeah, I don't mind buying stuff if it's something I'm looking for. I wouldn't mind. Vincent, what's your favorite horror franchise? Halloween, 100%. I'll end up ruining the camera view, but I have some Michael Myers masks. Actually, here I will ruin it for you guys if I pan up. The Michael Myers masks and the kind of figures and stuff are up there. Here in the office, you know, and then I have a whole kind of, you know, in the regular YouTube videos where the Blu-ray collection is behind me. I have a whole kind of, all my Halloween stuff is together, VHS, Blu-ray, DVD, 4Ks. So yeah, definitely Halloween. Barry, hope we get a 4K Day of the Dead box set to go along with the Dawn release. Would love to see Savini's masterful effects in HDR. Yeah, Dawn would be cool, a box set. I'm not too sure why Night of the Living Dead was kind of skipped over. I don't know. There will be a second sight question. I'm not too sure, but yeah, definitely 4K Day of the Dead would be cool for sure. Brian, Big Trouble is on Disney Plus. Might give it a go. Yeah, definitely, Brian. I thought it was hilarious. I really enjoyed. I stuck it on. I got into bed, stuck it on one night, and didn't know anything about it. Didn't think much of it, and I was like, give this a watch. And I was like, yeah, I thought it was really really cool, really funny. Definitely worth a watch. Northern Lights, looking for Dempsey and Makepeace if you come across a secondhand Store complete series. Yeah, Dempsey and Makepeace, is that the old old TV show? I definitely know the name. Vincent, do you buy animation, physical media? I have very little, Vincent. No, I don't have many at all. Like I could probably name, like I have the very first Toy Story. I ran kind of some older prints of it as a projectionist. I have Ice Age. That was one of the first movies I ran as a projectionist. I have the first Shrek. I have a kind of a box set, I think, with a soundtrack or something. It was a nice box set I got kind of cheap. Animation, and then there's kind of other animation. There's like, I have a couple of Simpsons box sets, if that would count. Family Guy, American Dad, like Transformers, the original Transformers, the movie and all the seasons of that. Animation, I think that's probably about it. I don't have a lot of animation. John, isn't the mask from Halloween a Kirk mask turned inside out? No, it's not turned inside out. Yeah, it is. It's a William Shatner Captain Kirk mask. Oh my God, I'm blanking. The Don Post is the guy who that done those. The Shatner, they were sold as Star Trek masks, and the story goes that somebody went to like a local shop and bought like Mr. Spock and a Captain Kirk mask and some other stuff and showed it to Carpenter, and Carpenter said, "Yep, go with Shatner." So they cut off the sideburns, and they kind of dyed the hair black, and they sprayed it was skin tone, the mask, so they just sprayed it white, and that's how they got that iconic look for Halloween. No, it's a cop show. Dempsey and Makepeace cop show. I've definitely heard the name, for sure. Haven't come across it around at all. Yeah, so that's that kind of wraps it up, guys. Another live stream in the bag here. Thanks everybody for joining me on this one. Really appreciate it. Apologies for the audio issues at the start. I'm gonna have to pick either whether I want to live stream in here or in front of the. I would rather be inside with the collection behind me, because I can grab stuff off the shelf if you guys are asking me about it. So I'll definitely have to double check over my settings and try and set up in there. As I say, that's going to do it. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate everyone checking it out. More stuff coming to the channel later in the week. A couple of 4K Patreon video goes up tomorrow. Anybody in the Patreon fam, you'll get your video tomorrow. And if you're interested in signing up to Patreon, all the info is there. That's going to do it. Vincent, great show. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. And stay safe. And I will talk to you guys on the next one.